The shot was the hardest thing by far that I had to do. And I know people are probably like looking through it like, oh, Keenan, this is like super easy. I probably could have created this. No. First of all, my first goal was to just put everything on the screen and just to set everything up and then have it rotate, right? There wasn't any buttons or anything. Now, the thing that was pissing me off, I was literally dealing with this for hours, is as you can see, it doesn't rotate. It's not the y. I guess you can say the y-axis isn't centered, because if you look as it fully rotates, that doesn't look good. So I had to make the decision. So I kept moving it over, and I was just like, it was just pissing me off. So I said to myself, like this rotates easy, that rotates easy. But I said to myself, people are going to be browsing through it like this. People aren't going to be sitting there looking at it that long. And so the rocket launcher was the first thing that I put on, and that actually rotates really good. I like how it looks in 3D space. I wanted something to move, but I didn't want anything that was like too aggressive. It was very casual. These actually move if you look at them at different speeds. I wanted the little flares for the golden gun because if we actually unlock this gun, it is ridiculously powerful and it kind of breaks the game. So I definitely wanted to add some of that. But let me get into the programming of this because that was the hardest part. First of all, there was a huge glitch. When I originally designed this, I wanted the player to just touch a gun, touch the AK-47, as you can hear me clicking on it, and it would buy. So I really didn't even want this buy button down here. But what happened was, for some reason, and kind of let me go back and show you guys how it really looks down here. Let me actually create it. What am I doing? Anyway, so this is how it really looks. This is just the main level with a little UI in it. It's actually really little. There it is. Go back in here. So for some reason, so how it works, I can show you guys the buttons here. Boom, boom, boom. Text for shop. Oh, that's not it. Weapon, select, cache, panel. All right, so there's a left and there's a right. So pretty much when you're touching it on your phone, as long as you touch within this box, you're good to go. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, I still can't figure out why, this box, and it didn't show that it was huge, this box was way bigger than it was. So for instance, I think I can expand it here. Let's say I were to, that's going to expand it out more. But if I were to do something like this, right, that looks horrible. But if I were to do that, at this point, you know your touch box would be a lot bigger, right? Like if you're playing a fighting game, you have a hitbox. So your touch box would be like. So when I first did this, let me switch that off. I had it small like this, and for some reason, it would literally take up like 70% of the screen was right. So when I first created it, you would touch here, and it would move it right. You had to literally touch this little section to go left. Pretty much 70%, that's like 90%. 90% of the screen was right. So it was super annoying. I literally didn't fix this to the last week of development. It really pissed me off. Another interesting thing was, if you look at the original game on a PC, give you guys a little behind the scenes here. So this is the PC build on, I'm going to turn the music off too. This is the PC build. That's a lot of things different from the game show. In that PC build, you see this the smoke. Remember I was talking about the fog earlier. But there is something called speed. So if you notice, there is no speed in this version. The mobile version, there's no speed. And that's another story in itself. But let me kind of get back to the original point of me bringing it up. So when I was programming this, the headache was how to get how to get an item to go when you pop up left, how to get an item to go when you pop up right. So pretty much I had to link each item to each arrow, and then linking each arrow to each original item. So for instance, the programming code went something like this. If screen, if game object health is on screen, right arrow shows grenade. If grenade is on screen, right arrow shows AK-47. If grenade is on screen, left arrow shows, health. And I say all that to say, when I originally programmed it, speed was included into this code. And so it was like right arrow, speed. So I had to reprogram everything the last minute. Long story short, I had to take the speed out because I could not figure a way to manipulate the speed using touchscreen. I can manipulate the speed using arrow keys on a computer, but I cannot figure it out. So, and it's a shame because people really love the speed power-ups, and I had speed power-ups in the actual game as well. Now, kind of getting it deeper into this code, almost done. The arrows, once I had that set up, okay, great, no problem. Let me kind of mute this here again. Great, no problem. But more importantly, these buy buttons. So these buttons here, they're actually two buttons. So the first button is a buy button, and so the way I have the code set up is that it checks your money, which is just an integer, which obviously once you play the game, the integer increases. So once the money, quote unquote, money integer increases past 750 or 7,500 or 40,000, whatever the number is, it checks for this number. And then once, if you do have this number, it would allow you to buy. If you don't have this number, it's gonna. So pretty much how this works is this is pretty much like a game object, and it's hidden, and it's only activated if you don't have enough money. It kind of makes sense. Now, where it gets confusing, so that was actually pretty easy to set up. Now, where it gets confusing is this here has to match with this here. And once you actually purchase a weapon, it needs to save, okay? And it needs to save when you actually turn your game off, okay? And then also, the game needs to recognize that I have an AK-47 equipped. So you need to show it here, which wasn't too hard. And then it needs to equip in-game. So what I had to do is create a code that said, if, let's say, so there was a post I had on Facebook a while ago about how a Boolean saved my life. And so the Boolean is very simple. I had it pretty much set up to where once you buy this weapon, it will activate your, so let me kind of rewind. In the actual game, the player has all the guns already in his hand, right? Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. All the guns are already in his hand, but the game, depending on which one you have equipped, it will activate it. So let me kind of show you guys. Main character, and I'll show you he has every gun already equipped. Sorry, it's like pieces. It's super annoying, I know. Super annoying. So you can see shotgun. So right now there's nothing activated. So activated just means this button is highlighted. So you can see that your main gun, shotgun gets activated. Kind of go through the whole thing, RPG. And so what the code says, I have a code in the beginning of each level that basically says check for activation. And if shotgun is equipped, deactivate, the others. Because there was a situation, so you could think, all right, I'm sorry I'm making it super confusing. You could think to yourself, well, why don't you just have the code say, if shotgun is activated, that's it. No, it needs to have everything else deactivated as well, because there was a situation where, do not save that. There was a situation where, let's say you're in a shop, and let's say you have all the guns equipped. All the guns bought, right? So you go in, buy it, boom, you got the money, you buy it. If you were to equip shotgun, and then you go to, boom, you hit equip shotgun, then you go back and you hit equip AK-47, the game would have all of the weapons equipped at the same time, so you'd be shooting like too much. All that being said, I had to have the code recognize what is not equipped as well. So again, I know it's kind of confusing. That took me forever to A, figure it out, and B, to actually execute it. So the shop may look all innocent, and you guys may think that, oh, it was nothing, but it was actually the hardest thing. Let me finish with this last note. Originally, the game was supposed to have microtransactions, and I decided against that for a lot of reasons. But the reason why there's a big hole here is because that's where you were going to click to get the microtransactions. Everything was originally going to be way more expensive, but then you would click here to actually buy real money, use real money to buy fake money. Again, a lot of reasons why I chose against that, but that was originally supposed to be here. Everything was supposed to be substantially more as well. Yeah, so all right, until the next video, guys. Thanks for listening.